Hey guys, welcome to my review of uuki.live. Today we're going to talk about its features, my experience with it, and the various use cases. But before we dive in, I want to talk about why I ended up looking for a community platform like Uki. I've been using Facebook groups for the longest time, like since 2012, 2013, back when I was in college forming class project groups. And yeah, it's been that long, and I have formed some communities around my professional life through Facebook groups as well. And I've found moderation to be challenging because even if you do have a private Facebook group, people tend to be spammy sometimes. There will be people sooner or later who will just use the platform for self-promotion. I also don't like the concept of building a community on rented land, and so I started to research on community platforms, and the first one I stumbled upon was Circle.so. I eventually chose uuki.live, and I'll show you why in just a bit. So we are now in the uuki.live dashboard, and let's create a community. Let's hit create. Community title, let's say voice actors at home, and save and continue. We have a community just like that, and it could use some work, but do not judge a book by its cover. Let's hit settings, edit community. What can we change here? We can change the colors, and this kind of green isn't doing it for me, but let's start with a brand logo. So let's try this logo over here, and we should refresh right there. Okay, so if the logo has some padding, it kind of becomes small. Let's change that to a logo without padding and hope for the best. And there we go. It is prettier. Come on, logo added, get out of the way. There we go. Much better. And what we can do now is to change the community color. Let's go over here, select the color from the logo itself. Let's try somewhere over here. Very nice. And let's hit update. So you don't have to use any hex code. There's a color picker tool built in to Uki. Fantastic. Oh, wow. Okay, so let's not use black text. Let's use white. Was it already using white? There we go. And let's use Helvetica just because. Helvetica. There we go. Okay. So the subdomain, this is for what Uki's your community's name is going to be. So it could be like yourbrand.uki.live. The CNAME here is like an alias. It's going to mask the .uki.live thing. So it's going to have your actual domain, and it's going to look a lot cooler and more professional. So that is it. Let's try exploring the community so far. I'm going to hit that logo. Looks so pretty. So here you can see to the right we have Karma 0, Level 1. So I think Karma is like this reputation system, and levels, the more you post, presumably you increase your levels. And yeah, basically Uki is promising a gamification system. So eventually, if you have a look at their roadmap, you're going to see all of the amazing features they're going to churn out. But I'm looking forward to those gamification features. But just going back to the community, let's hit create post. Let's say hello world, because everyone says hello world. And lorem ipsum. Sounds so epic, yeah. Alright, post, and let's hit add post. You can actually post anonymously, that's interesting. Hello world. I wonder if you can edit this color. Maybe. And you see we have a like button here. That looks very Facebook, but like buttons are everywhere. You have a share button here. What does that do? You can share it on Facebook. So you see what happens here is you are going to use Facebook to get members into your community, not the other way around. So that's pretty cool. What does a direct link look like? It just copies. Fantastic. And I'm just going to like my own post because I am a loner. I'm a lone wolf. I'm going to hit comments. And I'm going to say, hi, you are not alone. This is the saddest thread ever. I'm going to hit this GIF button over here. Classic. So I'm going to hit this happy over here just because. Happy Thanksgiving. It is fast. Guys, this is fast. This is fast. Very fast. That is instant. One of the challenges I'm experiencing with Circle.so is that it's clunky. You'd think that for the amount that you pay, it's gonna be seamless. It is not seamless. I created a private space or group in Circle.so, and I was not a moderator. I couldn't add people to the group because it was private. So if the group is private, you have to set the group to open first to let people in, and you have to set it to open again to let people out. Basically, there were a lot of things that weren't working that should have been working. So if Circle.so is that buggy for the price that you pay, then I am willing to look for alternatives, and that's how I ended up looking for Uki. So let's see, start here. What else happens here? Let's try to create a new post. Let's try to use a poll. What do polls look like? Okay, this is a poll. A, B. And that is fast. That is fast. I'm going to hit 1 vote. There you go. So it's working. And oh, would you look at that? My experience bar, my progress bar increased. So it is incentivizing activity. There is a gamification element. What's on our notifications? Let's hit that. The activities, everything that we are doing. Very nice. So let's try this moderator dashboard. See what we have here. Reported posts, unapproved words, ban words. Very good. Moderation log. Nice. Okay. We also have community analytics. Top performing posts. So we don't have any data just yet, but in case we need that analytics, that information, it's right here. So I've been fiddling with a spaces feature, and here we can hit add space, and it adds this entire field over here. I cannot seem to edit this space right here, but this space I can. So I'm gonna hit these 3 dots, and it says I can delete or require post approval or make the space public. So right now it is apparently private. Maybe we should hit require post approval. All right, so that's something we can do. We cannot drag around the spaces right now. Maybe we can. So let's try adding space 3. See what happens. Okay, so it's saved. I'm gonna... so we can move them around. Can we? I cannot appear to do that. I'm trying to drag these categories around, but I cannot for now. So I'm hoping that that's something they can do to improve the experience. But what I would do is I would paste this over here and do this, but kind of a lot of work. So we're here on the Uki website, and it says here we are live with our Black Friday lifetime deal. Save up to 95% on our price. Black Friday 20 for 20% off. When we click that, we have the various tiers. So for free, we can get up to 100 members, 1 community. This is very limited if you ask me, but this should be good enough if you just want to have a small group of people for informal use. But if you want a paid community, I would go for at least a tier 2, because here you have unlimited members. You don't have a cap. This is where you get to remove the Uki branding. This is where you get your own CNAME or custom domain that you can apply here. But if you are an influencer and you plan to make a lot of courses in the future, for instance, and maybe have 1 community for each, I would go for at least a tier 3. And if you notice, you can actually monetize the communities, and here it's only 5% monetization fee. So Uki takes a small portion. I think that is not a lot to lose, considering that this is a lifetime deal. So that's just a tiny maintenance cost that you're not going to feel that cost up front, because it just kind of reduces the profit that comes in. So this is really good, and once you click one of these, you can even insert that Black Friday promo. Compare that to Circle.so, which also has their ongoing Black Friday sale. And if we have a look here, it's $79 per month. Save $20 per month for their professional plan. And here, yeah, it's presumably very good with a lot of features. If you want the enterprise plan, it's saved $200 per month, but you are still paying about $200 per month and about $80 per month for the professional plan. So Comparing that to Uki, and when considering that Circle.so is still buggy at this point, I am willing to bet on Uki myself and to see where it's gonna go. Overall, I think the user interface for Uki still needs a lot of work. I think they approached Uki with a skeleton-first approach, wherein they make sure that everything is fully functional first before they add the skin of the product, which is the user interface. It's only a matter of time before Uki catches up to Vadu.tv's UI because they keep posting in their Facebook group. The devs keep responding to everything and they post constant updates, which gives me a lot of confidence. So, who is Uki for? If you're developing an online course or plan to sometime in the future, nowadays, it's pretty much expected that they should come with course communities. If you run a coaching or consulting business, this is a great way to engage with your students. And if you're an influencer or an artist, I guess you can kinda operate this like Patreon because you can monetize the channel. It's not a channel, it's a platform. Maybe there's a cause that you're very passionate about and you just want to create a more unique user experience. Or maybe you just have a tight-knit group of friends that you want to get together and Facebook groups just isn't doing it for you. This is a great way to do that. So, what do you think of Uki? Do you think it's for you? Do you see the potential? Leave your thoughts down below, and if you could subscribe to this channel, that would be fantastic. I would really appreciate it. So, take care, stay safe, and God bless.